Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully you guys are all good. Hey, what's up, Jivos? How are you? How are you? How are you? Hey, what's up, Sniper? Hey, Elton. Of course, Jivos. I love answering questions. No stress ever. No stress ever. Hey, what's up, Fox Knight? Yeah, Fox Knight. Real life kind of got a little bit crazy, so we're going to we're gonna hopefully get back into the groove of things, but IRL kind of just got crazy. Hey, what's up, Hollow? Uh, so the very first thing that I want to talk about, this is Fox Knight's tree actually. Um, they have 25 talent points to do. They're looking for a PvP tree. They're looking for a PvP tree. So we're gonna look at Whip Scorpion and kind of design a good one based off of that. The issue is carriers already have like a decent bit of health and stuff like that, and it's easy to build up their defense, so we want to kind of balance all of that. So this is their stats. The number one issue that I see here is that there's not honestly enough attack, and the HP is a little bit low. I like to keep like 3-to-1 ratio, or closer to a 3-to-1 ratio, but a 2-to-1 ratio is pretty good too. So I would like to increase attack a little bit. The defense is super high, which is great because that increases survivability, but not the number one goal that I have right now. Hey, what's up, Hollow? That is Naya Cupcake. Yeah, so I have 41 points right now. I'm stuck waiting on accent shells. So we're gonna kind of look here. Yeah, absolutely, JGMS. I'm glad that they helped. I probably should update them. There's nothing wrong with them, but an update, just to like keep them relevant, or like so more people understand them and feel like they're relevant. So first things first, they ignored Orange Tree. Absolutely the right thing to do. It is the worst tree. The Orange Tree is only for like high pay to win players to do after they've maxed out these two trees. You should not touch the Orange Tree at all. Yo, what's up, King? For those of you guys that don't know, King of Squirrels is from server 7 with me, and he's one of the few people I still talk to from that server. So yeah, JGMS. I did do a couple of updates with the buffs changes, but you're right, and I'd like to talk about them. I miss you too. I miss you too, King. All right, so first and foremost, 32 talent points. You can see that they went for carrier combat speed here, which unfortunately their combat speed is pretty low, 416. It's not an ideal choice to go for combat speed when your speed is that low. Now, Fox Knight is on a server. Oh, I don't know what server Fox Knight's on. Fox Knight, what server are you on? Fox Knight, what server are you on? $7.98. Okay. That's awesome, Hollow. $7.98. So are you spending on combat speed, Fox Knight? Like, I'm used to combat speed because I'm in an older server. If you're not at 720, going for those talent points aren't worth it. Okay. So my only worry with this is like right here, your combat speed is higher, but combat speed, the 20 combat speed is 2 talent points that you could be using elsewhere. And unless you're close to beating that, it's not worth going for. Sorry, Valentine is also asking about help for this. I don't mean to be rude to chat. I'm just trying to answer both. They also want a thing or a whip talent point tree. So if we look here, right? You have health to this side, and you have a buff to shooters, which we're naturally weak for, but you completely ignore this side. I'm not in love with that because you have right at 2 nodes right here for health and this node right here for health. Now this is special and attack, which is so significant to be missing both in PvE and PvP, that I'm not in love with you missing it. So this is, you know, 2, 4, 10, 14, 16, 22. I'd probably do this. I mean, you don't need to go for this attack. That's not worth it. But especially an attack is huge. The control resistance is, so my brain already forgot, 14, 16, 22. So this will put you up to 28 here. And then you can go for defense and then get this skill. So that would bring you up to 38 right here. But I think you have to get this node. So I'm not 100% confident that I would go this way. So you have to get this node in order to get this node. But you get the defense node as you want to invest, Whereas if we look over at the blue tree, you're getting attack, defense, and then skill damage taken by all squads minus 1.5. Now, while that seems decent, if you build up your HP and defense, which if we look at your stats, your defense is really, really chunky for carriers, right? If we look at my defense, my defense is 637, but I'm, you know, significantly more developed than your 700 server, right? You can send me the DMs or whatever, King. I'm happy to review it on live if you want. So right, my health right here is significantly higher than yours, obviously, but my combat speed is significantly higher, right? So if we pare that down to the 400 that you're at, my health would be close to like, or my defense would be close to like 300, which yours is well above. So because of that, I'm not as worried about health, and I'm more worried about getting in a little bit more attack, and not as worried about preventing skill damage as I would be wanting to be a little bit more aggressive to the opponent. So you said that you'll have 32, right? So this is 28 to get here, and then you could work towards this node, skill damage of all squads. That still gives you health, that still gives you defense, and that still gives you attack. But I would not go for this node. I think that's like the #1 change I would do, and I would ignore combat speed until you really get, like, until it gets competitive, right? So I would change this branch, and I would want to go for damage over here first, and then, you know, maybe you ignore this one. Maybe you ignore this one because you don't need, you don't really want to get this one to get this one, and you work this way, and after you get this right here, you can go back and do this one, or combat speed if you're losing combat speed after that. So this is more of the direction that I would go. I would first get this one, get this, get here, and then I'd go this way. Maybe not get this 4 out of 4 and go this way, but that's where I'd be at. Let me see how many talents to get to the poison buff. So you'd have to have golden. So this one is more if you have like Gravedigger and Golden Crystal inside of the same match. Now, while I'm not opposed to getting this one, it's a lot of points to go that way, and you're foregoing things like skill damage, control resistance chance, right? Which is way more important right now than having this situational one. Well, it would be beneficial eventually, right? Like, I'm probably going to go for it because I'm PvE focused, right? Which is why I haven't touched the blue tree at all, because PvE is way better on the red tree. I would rather go for the skill damage of squads. It allows you to be way more flexible in the special lance you're putting in, and if something drops out of meta, it would be better. Now, after this is just so good. After you've gotten to this node and here, you can always reflect on what you're doing, but I think going down here, right here, getting this node right here, control resistance, and then going up here is significantly better, and then working your way down here, and you could go up to poison. It's 2.5% times 8, assuming it goes up all the way. So that's what, 16 plus 4, so that's 20% more damage. That's pretty insane. But again, it requires you to run Gravedigger Golden Crystal for maximum benefit. It will benefit Golden Crystal no matter what, but Gravedigger would be huge for PvP. And Inter is in my chat talking about, in the carrier tree, talking about this node right here, which is honestly probably better than going for this node. You pick up attack, health, and then you get to pick up skill damage. So that's probably better than going for this node. Because again, this is so specific. But I would definitely go down here and go over here, or go this way, and then work this branch right here. As 100%. All right. Anyone else want to talk through their talent trees? All I need for your talent trees to like talk through the talent tree is your stats, your focus, and your talents that you chose. Right? I've been wanting to do a video on like best trees to grow, but the more I look into it, the more it depends on your focus and then your stats that you already have from genetics, right? Because like we just discussed with Fox Knight, his stats show that he has like a high defense compared to everything else, so we don't necessarily want to go pure defense inside of there, and we want to boost his attack a lot more. What else, you guys? It's good to see you in chat, Brilliant. Probably said that wrong. But and then for those guys just curious, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm like, they're only level 5. It's nothing special, right? Carry and control resistance, because this is more PvP focused than anything else. But it's going to be the exact same way as carrier, or for the carrier tree, because luckily they're the exact same. But I'm investing everything into whip. And then same for here, only level 5, as you can see, defense, all soldier anti-attack, nothing special again. But those are only level 5 because that's required to get this here. So and then I guess while we're filling in dead time, today I hatched a golden crystal. Wasn't even my pity. I hatched a golden crystal from Lost Island hatches, and now I get to start my golden crystal to 4-star. And you best believe that's the next hero that's going to get leveled up, except for, because I'm a simp for Chicory Master, except for if this opens a Chicory Master. I'm a simp and I'm 1 away. All right, what else? Does anyone else have talent trees that they want to talk about specifically? Happy to answer them. Happy to answer them. Otherwise, I guess we can talk about questions on anything else. I just know that there's been a lot of questions about talent trees, and I thought a stream specifically for it would be good. Jivos, I can look at Godzilla for PvP, PvE. You need to be a little bit more specific. Follow Hornet PvE. First off, I just want to let you know that I am jealous. Hornet is the only insect I wish I had that I don't. So you know, not great. Again, always ignore the orange tree. It's awful. Here you obviously have skill damage by all squads and additional skill damage of all squads over here. So this blue tree is relatively easy, the same path. Let's look at these nodes. Okay, so the red tree is not good for PvE. The only thing that you could want is to go down here and get this node right here. But for PvE, you're going to be going up here. Skill damage of all squads. Skill damage of all squads. For Hornet. And then skill damage of all squads. It doesn't matter that you're getting taken more because it's for PvE. Now to get this one, you do have to go this way. So you do want to go here, here, and then go up this way. Right? Because this one's useless. And you don't have to get this one, so don't go that way, right? You have to get this major node, because you have to have the minor node on either side. And then this one's useless. Okay. And then eventually you'll want to build up to this one. And then I guess like at the end of the day, you're going to want to do this one, but that's going to require the entire tree max besides this node, because you're going to have to max this one and this one to get this one. And this one's awful. So I'd go for this node, then this node, then this node, then this node, and then this node. Follow. That's what I would do. I would ignore this tree altogether. The only thing in versatile that's good for Hornet PvE is this one right here. This is not worth it. It's better to go this way and basically max out the blue tree before you do anything else for PvE. Don't twist my words. Don't take them out of context. This is Hornet in PvE. All right, Godzilla PvP. Actually, I want to adjust Naya's Devil Flower anyways. So let's look at it. Can I refresh this while it's stationed? Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. So obviously ignore Gold Tree. So this is already a mistake on my account. PvP, we want to look for... Don't want to... This one is not as relevant. So if you go into carrier ant attack, when we were talking about it a bit, Inter said something very important, which is damage is king. The reason that damage is king is because damage is multiplicative to attack. So if you have a choice in between shooter ant attack or shooter ant normal attack damage, you obviously want to go damage. So that's just something important to note. Okay. Anyways. That one's insane. All right, so for Hornet, for PvP, not PvE, I'm probably building up this way for these ones to try and get this one over here. And then I'm building up this way over here because Guardians are a huge issue for shooters. So I'm probably building this one and this one right here because your special lance can't do anything if not taken. I'm probably ignoring the skill damage of all of normal attack because that does the troops. And right now we're worried about for PvP, we're worried about being able to deal damage, so not being CC'd, and we're worried about my brain. We're worried about special ant damage. Skill damage of a normal attack is just the troops in there. Well, that is important. There are other nodes to invest into first. So I'd probably go here. Here's really good because shooter ants do lack health. I wouldn't worry about this one. I might come back here. And then I'd go this node and this node. So I'd go here, I'd go here, I'd go here, right here, because this is universal. Then I'd go here because guards are an issue. Then I'd go here. Then I'd go here. Then I'd go here because these are the same two nodes, right? And then I'd be able to get this node right here. That is the order I would do. This node, universal. This node, this node, this node. This node, then this node, then come back, do this node. And then this node only because you want to get to this node. That is the order I would do for PvP. Or PvP. If you're doing PvE, all you're worried about is damage, and you should only be in the blue tree. Only in the blue tree. What else, you guys? Anyone else want to talk about any other talents? Anything else? Again, if we don't have any more talents to talk about, happy to answer other questions. I just wanted to help it. I believe Fox Knight PvP because you can reinforce them like towers. I believe. There's almost no way to prove that, because all of these happen, all the buffs from like talent trees happen once you start hitting, not before. So unfortunately, it's almost impossible for me to have like an accurate answer, but towers are definitely PvP. So because you can reinforce tunnels, I would assume assumptions, which make a butt out of you and me, right? That they are PvP. Anyone else have questions? Hollow, I don't know your lineup, but Giant Tooth doesn't need more than one awakening. I would not go higher than green on Giant Tooth. Would not go higher than green on Giant Tooth. There's way too much other better things to invest into. If you are a guard main, Mimicry Master is very attractive. But if you're pay to win, which you're asking about Wasp, I would also save some of the oh man, what's it called? I would save some of the protein for Proata. I get Proata's awakening. Proata's awakening's insane. Absolutely insane. No problem, Hollow. Now, the issue with Mimicry Master, I guess I should put a disclaimer on this. The issue with Mimicry Master's Awaken is you really want to get it to level 20, if I recall properly. Yeah, you really want to get it to 20. Which, thankfully, unfortunately, after 10, it gets really expensive to upgrade these types of things. Unfortunately. All right, let's take off this Devil Flower, and I would like to adjust her insect talent tree. 3-star. Or sorry, purple. Great Master's Awakening shines at purple. Like, Great Master's DPS. I mean, I'd probably get gold of Great Master if I'm like, you're buying this purely from the store, right? So until something more important comes out, I'm probably buying Reap Master. But remember, you can always save, right? I need 2 to get to purple. I could save to 50k before I buy a Reap Master in case they introduce a better one. Right? If I don't want to spend 25,000, have one here and not have the second one, and then a better Awakening come out. But for now, Reap Master is the best for damage in the store, free to play, right? So Reap Master, and thank you, Robot, for having this conversation with me. But Reap Master is by far the best to invest into. But again, only buy as you can get multiple copies. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do maze a few times at the beginning, as I said in my maze video, because I didn't understand how it worked. So I'm behind on Awakenings, but yeah, you want to wait until you can buy all of them at the same time, because they've shown that they'll introduce new ones. So you want to wait until you can buy all 3, 70 or 20, 50,000 for me because I need 2, 75,000 if you have 3, and buy them all. You know, it refreshes every day. So buy 1, then the next day another, then the next day another. They gave us plenty of notice for when a new one coming out, so easy to just save. Now, before you go to 3-star Reap, I would invest, if you're interested in PvE at all, I would invest into Giant Tooth and just bring it to level 10. This is all the farther I would recommend investing into Giant Tooth. Level 10, leave it right there. Don't do anything else. I know I can get this, and I want it so bad because there are 10 orange eggs hidden behind the next level. I get 10 orange eggs hidden behind the next level. What else do you guys? I'm just going through and doing doing random stuff until people ask questions. So feel free to ask questions, please. More than happy to answer any other questions. I haven't gotten it. I didn't realize it costed money. I thought it was like a mobile game. I've watched some gameplay. It looks super fun. But I spent my fun money on new brakes that were $530 to replace my front wheel brakes. So yeah, I'll be doing it, or I will be getting it next Friday, and I'll probably be streaming it like as I log in from the beginning. It's a Steam game. I plan on streaming it next Friday unless something goes horribly wrong. Absolutely excited to be streaming it. Yeah, JGMS. I'm a nuclear engineer. Well, now I'm a project manager, but I'm a nuclear engineer. I deal with electronics and chemistry. You know, I can build my own computer. I can build my own computer. I can, you know, wire a house with electricity. I can fix small components and things like that. I work with you know, high level soldering and stuff like that. But the second that you ask me to do something like mechanical that involves someone's life and safety, I mean, I have a 6-year-old kid. I'm just gonna pay a professional to do it. I'm not willing to do that. I have my entrance disabled. Why? Oh, oops. I don't have these either. The reason, are you talking about my garrison? Are you talking about, oh, that is my entrance. Yeah. So when you're in Lost Island, healing is the most expensive thing. So you don't want your troops to get hit in defense. So you remove garrison, and then you don't buy durability because it's cheaper to just buy a new teleport and go back in. This makes hill hitting virtually useless, right? I keep very minimal amounts of resources. I have plenty in the bank. I keep very minimal amounts of resources. And I ungarrison, and then I just teleport wherever I need to go in order to not waste resources on healing soldier ants that were in the defense. It's not worth it. Anyone that does that doesn't understand the PvP mechanic. Be blunt. Number one best thing to do. How does reform work? Soldier reform. Oh, I don't remember where the building for soldier reform is. I want to pull it up. Naya's account is so weird to me. Sorry. What don't you understand about what don't you understand about soldier reform? Vanderboo, I shouldn't be muted. Hollow for what? Or like, what other special ants do you have? Panglion, Universal, like, what are you asking? Soldier Ant Reform is you get X amount of level, then you could start up, right? I don't invest into Guardian. I only invest into Shooter on, or Carrier, sorry, on this account. Right, so I have Reform Cooperation here. I believe, no, I can't even activate it up, right? Because because they're not all level 20. So, but anyways, this just gives basic stats. I'm not sure what you don't understand. It's base stats to the soldier troop type, not to the special ants. I am PvE focused, so I keep Panglion and Groundhog on at all times for carriers, and I just take the L on Guardians. I use my carrier ants for shooter day as well. Universal pay to win, CP. Follow. CP is the best universal pay to win. Universal pay to win PvE and best one. No, you're good, Vanderbilt. What insect do you want me to show? I'm like a pretty open book if you're trying to get like secret stats while you do PvP against me. I'm not very strong. There you go. Do you know the difference between acid attack and combat skill? The last ones on the blue tree for Hornet. What? The 2 skills on blue talent tree of Hornet. I have nimble dodge, practice makes perfect, and fighting enthusiasm. Spend money, Vanderbilt. Yeah, Vanderbilt. I get the monthly packs. Of acid attack and combat skill. This one's just better. But skill damage of all squads is not special ants. So this one, skill damage of all squads is your normal troop attack, right? It has to explicitly call out special attack. It has to, or special ants, or special attack has to be in the keywords in order for it to improve your special ants. So you want to focus on different things other than just going there. But this one's just purely better than this one. It actually is skill damage? Oh. Yeah, acid attack is purely better. Thank you, Reddit Too Fast, Ulixi. I appreciate it. This one's purely better. Ignore me. Acid attack is skill damage, so it's special ant skill damage. Because it says skill right here. Wait. Oh, this one does say skill damage. Why am I reading this wrong? Combat skill is way better. Jesus. I swear I'm not drinking. Holy poop. I am sorry about that. It says skill damage. That's special ants. Combat skill is just better. Combat skill is just better. It's 9% compared to 6%. It says skill damage. I just don't know how to read. I assume it's a translation error. Alan, I assume it is a translation error. Because all of this is additional. This is additional. This is additional. I guess I'm not 100% confident. I would love if someone from I believe it's Russia or China, were able to translate what their Hornet says, because they have the better translations, if that makes sense. Russian translations are almost as good as the original Chinese translations. So if there's ever a question that I have about wording, I'd ask people that are their accounts are in those two languages. But my assumption is that additional is not a relevant thing. Raymart, if you send me your account, I'm happy to tell you a lineup. If you're pay to win, free to play, how old's your server? Do you have Lost Island? Happy to answer. Just need a little bit more information. Bless me. Sorry about that. Sorry. I unfortunately, one, don't have Hornet, and two, don't have a Russian or Chinese translation. Freddie, that's something that's asked for pretty frequently. I feel like every time that it comes out, a new special ant is released like right after it, which modifies it. I'm also like the only person left of the nerd herd that actively plays the game and has free time. So I'm very nervous about putting one out without enough data. I do have a lot of data collection inside of it. Yeah, I do have a lot of data collection, but I get very hesitant to put out the tier list when it's just one person inside their own head, because I prefer math. I don't prefer opinion. Like, my insect tier list is based off of math and based off of player stats and stuff like that. It's not based off my opinion. Hey, what's up, left, right, black and white? I mean, I don't mean to sound rude, Freddie, but like, if one of my Patreons ask me to do it, sure. They pay for my time, and I do anything they ask of me, or I do my best to do anything that they ask of me, right? But doing it with the limited free time that I have, I'd rather be active in Discord and help out people one-on-one based off of like their specific accounts than I would put out a tier list that takes up a lot of time. if that makes sense. Thanks, Eskimo. I mean, Tan, ask the right question. Like, if you DM me, Freddie, I can answer your questions on stream right now. Send me your special answer. I'm happy to do it. It's just, I work a full-time job, have a 6-year-old, and have a wife. And have a life. Like, I prioritize any spare time I have to my Patreons and then to my Discord. That's why I offer the Patreon. Yeah, exactly, Fox Knight. It took me a while to balance it all out, but I finally have it balanced and I love it. Left, right, black and white. What do you mean, the Godzilla TED Talk? Yeah, left, right, black and white. It's in the description of every video, my Discord link. If you join, go to assign roles and select ants, and you'll have access to all of the ant information we have and conversations with everyone on my Discord. I do not have any ideas when the new island will come out, and from what I've heard, Thomas, it is not a new island necessarily, but like a new area to migrate almost. It'll be server versus server and etc, etc. Eskimo, I've never played. This game's enough. I'm hoping I can play Hogwarts and you know, enjoy that game and be able to balance the two out. Yeah, Thomas, that's just what I've heard, not confirmed in any way. That's just what I've been told. Again, I'm not a fairy, I'm not a developer, just what I've heard. Driver, I mean, it's supposed to be Thomas, yeah. Driver, I'm happy to answer any questions you have right now, and you can watch back later. If you have questions, I don't mind going over the same thing. Hollow, you can't send information via YouTube, as far as I know. What is your question, Hollow, about your account? Happy to help. Happy to help. That's cool. Left, right, black and white. Godzilla is a cool special or insect. He's just not as good as the other pay-to-win insects. Hollow, what's your question? What are you looking for? Adam, if you go to my Discord, click on general and then click on pinned, the very first pinned message talks about it. You guys can't see that. If the goal is to disable Panda front, then GTSA is better. If the goal is to disable the midline, SAGT is better. If the goal is to disable backline, then GT front is better. So if you're trying to disable the front line, then you want GT in front. If you're trying to disable the midline, you want GT in mid. And if you want, if you're trying to disable the mid, you want GT in mid. If you're just trying to disable the backline, GT in front. So my recommendation on average is GT in front. But most lineups aren't running slim arched anymore. Levi by Hornet. Hornet's universal and amazing. The only one that compares is Whip. That's fair, Banderboo. That's cool, Freddy. All right, this is Fox Knight's account while we wait for Hollow to respond. He's like, D-star, star up, or leave them alone. The only star up I'm not in love with is Slim Arched. I'd rather have Jack Jumper start up than Slim Arched. But you look like a shooter main, so I definitely prefer putting more stars on Chicory Master. Because the attack node will help you in Groundhog and in Ping Leon for shooter and carrier day. But Jack Jumper will also help you, so I'd probably 2-star Jack Jumper and then 4-star Chicory Master in anticipation of 5-star. You're gonna get Crimson Frigger soon, so putting the stars on Crimson Frigger is probably better than putting it into Jack Jumper, so I'd probably leave him alone for now and then star it up later. Ruby Slender is awful, so I in no world would invest into Ruby Slender at all. This is awful. This is the worst special ant. I mean, White Velvet and Ruby Slender. Yeah, Levi, it's like, look at this account, right? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 special ants that are level 50 and I assume maxed, right? So they're using Slim Arched. But as you get more special ants, there's just more variety in the game that no longer needs Slim Arched. Elixir, I also maxed Slim Arched for testing because no one else in the nerd herd had it and no one was showing battle reports. I regret every minute of it, but I use it in Maze, so. So Fox Knight does have Crimson Frigger, so I'd probably 2-star this. I would D-star Slim Arched, put a star on Crimson Frigger by far. I'd also D-star Bullet. I'd D-star Bullet and Slim Arched. Yeah, D-star Slim Arched and Bullet. And I would 2-star Crimson Frigger, potentially 2-star Jack Jumper, and wait, you D-starred your Jack Jumper? Bruh. Oh, that's not yours. Okay. All right. Confusion resolved. Paulo, if you're still there, I have your stuff pulled up. I just need to know what you want advice on. I don't understand from the screenshots you sent me. I know that's probably a weird question, but do you know how many months it took for Ants to release migration event? Since my server on the other game is kind of toxic. It took like a year for them to release migration the first time. Driver, Umbra's question, what do you go when you go to hatch screen? It shows the recommended lineup of each special ant lineups. Have you tried using the ruby front and crimson back with other universal ants? Driver, their recommendations are from people that don't play the game. I have used crimson, or I've used ruby slender in a poop whack of different lineups, and none of them are good. But their recommended thing is a joke. Not even worth thinking about. It's just a joke. Vanderboo, just send me a screenshot of what you have. Apollo doesn't have Reap Master. Apollo, do you Adam, I would not invest stars into it if you have other special ants that are better than it, but if you need the DPS for other things, JJ is a good alternative. I don't know what you mean, Ulixi. Hollow, are you pay to win or free to play? On I mean, obviously you're pay to win, but the lineups you're asking, are you asking like in a hypothetical world, or are you asking like just based off of what you have? And what spare orange ants do you have? Because these are the screenshots I have, and I don't have any other spare orange ants. The third one, BTSM GC. Although I put GC in mid because most of their DPS comes from poison, and Chicory Master comes from pure DPS, and Chicory Master, which needs more troops because damage takes into account troop count. In regards to shooter front, would you suggest Banshee, Velvet, or Predator? I have screenshots of the lineup I'm using for Lost Island. Left, right, black, and white. I wouldn't use either of those. They're both bad. Hollow, I'm talking about, I need a screenshot of, talking about a screenshot of the ones that are idle. I'm looking for idle ones. Idle ones. That's for Elixir, but I don't I'd rather have the DPS be at its true form. Golden Crystal does have high DPS things, but it has poison, and that's how I view it. If only one ant lives, I'll still get a poison trigger. So I would much rather have GC in the middle. Driver NTA is like 50-50. Really good with Godzilla, not great in other locations, etc, etc. It's really hard to justify doing that. I don't like him in PvP nearly as much as I like him in PvE, but he does go good when you have like Wise Berserker and Godzilla. Is the first insect gambling guaranteed to work? I remember you talking about gambling. I will probably test that once I have a high level insect. No, Eskimo, it's not guaranteed to work, and I don't gamble. There's statistics about it being more efficient at X level in my Discord, and you're happy to read up on it and make your own decisions, but I don't gamble. I mean, it's a good choice, but it's not great. Okay. Hollow, is your Atlas Beetle 8 or 9 star? Or is it also 8 star? Thomas, I don't agree, or I don't disagree with you. It needs to be level 20 at a minimum, but it's the best one for guard mains to invest into. So like, it's a great addition for free-to-play guards. Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Alex. So, Charles, first, you have Shikari Master with Godzilla, blows my mind. Second, I would reset Godzilla's talent trees to only be level 9 and put them all into Wasp once you 9-star it. And I'd use Hornet instead of Godzilla on Shooter Ant Day. Other than that, for your PvE lineup, I don't like Giant Tooth, but it doesn't look like you really have another option. Jack Jumper is probably better than Giant Tooth. It's more consistent. Giant Tooth does have a higher ceiling technically, but Jack Jumper's skill 7 brings attack, if I remember off the top of my dome correctly, and it's all DPS. So I would much prefer Jack Jumper over Giant Tooth. Left, right, black, and blue. You can never pull my attention in too many areas. You can DM me, or you can send them on Discord and tag me, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. All good, Hollow. I guess it was more of a reminder than anything else. Wanted to make sure it was brought to your attention. Yep. And if you look at Discord, my name has the crown next to it because I own my Discord. With the special ants you have right now, Banderboo, I would keep your GT. I would run GTSA Crimson Fragor, or I'd run Giant Tooth, Jack Jumper Crimson Fragor, depending on the situation. Both are valid lineups, but you might not be at the point that you're able to run double DPS. But Crimson Fragor is definitely right. Giant Tooth, especially with your investment, is definitely right. Jack Jumper or Shikri or Slim Arched is like one way or another. You're 2-star and Slim Arched, so probably Slim Arched. Really, you're just missing the next thing. It's not your fault. I don't like Blood Giant. You don't have a Gravedigger built, and Gravedigger shines way better with like Whip Scorpion or Golden Crystal in the formation, at least. So right now your pro is probably best Giant Tooth, Slim Arch, Crimson Fragor. And this is kind of what I was talking about, where like Slim Arch has fallen out of meta for those that have a lot of special ants, but it's not necessarily the only thing, or like it's not like a go no go. Looking at this though, your Troop 2 and your Troop 1, I'd swap New World General and Dark Giant around by far. He's a carrier main Elixir, not a Guardian main. Adam, I don't gamble. I don't care, Thomas. We can talk about it. I have no attachment to the official Discord and don't listen to him, so you can ask me whatever you want. Okay, left, right, next. Okay. If you get it, Brown Rogue 5-star with Awakening is pretty OP, but hopefully I've helped you. And if you have any other questions, Hollow, feel free to message me and I'll get back to your account. I like it. I like it. My little YouTube down here. Thank you. I mean, unfortunately, right now, it's looking like a Giant Tooth Slim Arched Reap Master or a Giant Tooth Jack Jumper Reap Master, which is very generic. I know that, and I'm sorry. But those are like your best ants for PvP purposes with Godzilla. Nimble Tree Ant might be okay here, but you don't have really anything to like beat it, but it would activate or have the potential to activate Godzilla more frequently. So like, oh, okay, then I'm probably running Giant Tooth Slim Arch Jack Jumper based off of what you've shown me here. I'm definitely not running Banshee Velvet, definitely not running Predator. Giant Tooth Slim Arch Jack Jumper is your best lineup here. Thomas, what I would expect is they show up in a normal egg pool. if you go to that map, kind of like Lost Island, right? You have to finish a full Lost Island, not abandon, after 14 or 17 days, whatever it is, and then it shows up into the hatch pool that following Thursday. I would expect it to be something similar to that. Fox Night, it ends up being like what your goal is: three-person PvP, two-person PvP, or 1v1 PvP, etc., etc. It also depends on your other special ants and what you're doing with your insect talent tree. So it's not like a set line. Your stats also play a heavy role in it. You have high defense and okay health. So you're probably at the point that you could run double DPS. Yeah, Banshee Velvet's not good anymore. And Predator, if I remember correctly, is the worst shooter ant. One sec. Yeah. Predator's the worst shooter ant from Lost Island. I mean, you can try it if you want to try it, but there's a reason Predator doesn't show up in high-end PvP. Facts, Ulixi. Unfortunately. What would be the best case for shooter Pang Leon? Probably CP Wise Berserker. CP Wise Berserker, maybe Nimble Tree Ant. Otherwise, Reap Master or Lathy Sniffer. Nimble Tree Ant only if you have Godzilla. Otherwise, Lathy Sniffer. CP. Yeah, I like that. They are good concepts on paper. Unfortunately, paper isn't the only way the world works. Unfortunately. Yeah, so was I, Thomas. I think in my initial reaction video, I thought he was one of the best. All right, Alex Leo says I focus mainly on attack and defense, but in my last live stream I brought up that or attack and HP, but in my last live stream I brought up that defense is a more important role right now. This is in my Discord, in my announcements. This is why defense has become more important, because it mitigates the amount of damage that special lands can do, and can improve overall. Health is the foundation of a soldier's survival, but defense is easier to stack, and the less damage you can do, the more chance of survival. So like defense gets boosted, like attack becomes almost the worst stat to invest into at a point, right? You have to have some amount of DPS, but defense and health become, like, for PvP a lot more fundamental. With attack, like it just needs to be more well-rounded for PvP than defense not invested into at all. And this comes from a fairy, not me. So or not a fairy, yeah, I guess it would be a fairy inside the game. Right, sorry. Someone else asked about crab as well. Oof. Someone else asked about crab as well, so let's get on that. Sorry about that. My apologies. Let me just join these rallies. I gotta get back to gathering. That's why I'm trying to do these rallies real quick. All right. Yeah, Elixir, Jet Black's skill 2 may be bugged, but you know, right now Jet Black is awful. Okay, so I will preface with, I hate doing this without stats and without knowing how many talent points you have. But this is, I mean, I'll try and go through this a little bit. As I've already said, orange tree doesn't exist, or yellow or gold or whatever color you want to call this, does not exist. Don't pay attention to it. So immediately I like the control resistance over here, and I like the special ant skill attack over here. I'm not in love with this. This doesn't matter. It's not a special ant skill. This one is okay. But if we go over here, skill damage taken by all squads minus 1.5%. Don't really care about this one. This one's like okay. It's gonna go up to 6% times up to 8, which most battles last 8 now due to all the stats. So I like this one as well, but I'd probably go for the control resistance and the special and attack. This defense is good as well, but this one and this one are probably the highest on my priority list, which means you'll already get this one as well. And then I would go to this tree, or I might sneak this tree first, then go here, and then go here. That's probably what I'd do. Or like a PvP defense type lineup, because crab. I'm not sure who else asked, and I apologize for not getting to you before. JJ, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, I'm probably going here first, then I'm going here, and then I'm going here for PvP. But Crab's talent tree is like, I mean, as a light spender, someone that got Crab because it was the first pay to win insect and you don't have anything else, obviously it's what I'd invest into. But Crab's talent tree is not the best. I'd put I put Wise Berserker in the back over Jack Jumper, and I'd reset Devil Flower and put the levels into Hornet and keep Devil Flower at 5-star. Other than that, this comp looks fine. Yeah, Freddie, my wife hasn't spent anything on talents, and hers is level 22. So like, and she invested into Atlas for a while. So like, it doesn't take that long. Yeah, no problem, JJ. Kevin, Atlas and Crab have identical talents, so it'd be the exact same. The only thing different with Atlas is I would go the attack route first for Ping Leon. Because as an Atlas Beetle, I'd assume you're light spender to free to play. So I would go for skill attack damage first, so that way you can get the most out of Ping Leon and Groundhog as soon as possible. All right, let me go gather real quick. Oh yeah, 4 of the kings. Yeah, no problem, Kevin. No, Hollow. You have to you have to do that another way, which isn't that bad. It's like $5 per 10 levels or something like that. So like, it's not cheap. I'm not trying to tell you it's like the cheapest thing in the world, but like for the resources you get back, right here, I mean, it's worth it to me. I did it. I just did it for Whip, so that way I could invest everything into Whip, and I reset my Emperor Scorpion back down to 5. And this one took me $10 to get down from level 24 or something like that, 22, to get Warp Scorpion to level 29. So it's obviously, you know, your budget and what you feel you're comfortable with investing into your account. No problem, huh? Now, don't do it until tomorrow if you do decide to do it, because you get fodder back and you can use that on the next day to get points, right? Because you're utilizing fodder. I would 5-star Wise Berserker in approximately 0.2 seconds. Bandit. Vanderboo. I wouldn't 6-star Reapmaster or Crimson Frigger. Neither of them are worth it. I'd 5-star Wise Berserker, which is going to take exotics, and then I'd figure it out from there. Probably 2-star Mimicry Master and get at least Green Awakening to level 20. All right, so Fox speaks Russian. There's no additional in Russian, so acid attack versus combat skill. Combat skill's purely better. Sorry for not reading chat. I was trying to figure this out. I think it was Hollow that was asking me. It might have been someone else. Combat skill and acid attack are the exact same. Combat skill is better. It adds more. 9% versus 6. Doesn't matter from where you start Lost Island on the map. Is there a location give any advantage, or is it just the same? Pink's the best at them because you start the closest to Area 51 and no one has a home advantage there. So you want to go pink and then beeline it to the Wonder. Thomas, I believe the professor has, and there's another person in my Discord that like swears by Shield Warden, 2 or 5-star, that has like a huge heal thing. If you go into my Discord under guard, if you go to my Discord under guard insect gathering or something and tag the professor, I'm sure he can help you through that. Does Ghost Dance Awakening allowing double cast skill 8th and 2nd, 4th, and 6th round, potentially triple cast with talent, and do attack stealing stack? Oh. Let me read. Sorry, I did not buy Ghost Dance Awakening if it's came out yet. Because I bought breaks. I think it came out while I was still buying breaks, so I didn't even look into it. Attack stealings do stack. And yes, you do have a 50% chance to additionally trigger. So it does allow a double cast based off of the way that this is written. Of course, Thomas. Yeah, no problem, Vanderboo. Hollow, if you look inside the VIP store, seaweed is like super cheap. It's 30,000 to buy 10 of them, and resetting insect talent trees with them, I think I just spent like 20 of them on Devil Flower, and Devil Flower is level 22, so it might take you an additional week to reset them, but it's not that bad. And it's stars, it's not I can't see where else to get them. It's stars, it's not it's diamonds, it's not money, so you can always reset talent trees rather easily. I try to keep like 100 of them at any given time. Seaweed. Hopefully that answers your question, Hollow. T10 shooters, Vanderboo. You should not detour from T10 shooters at all. You can use T10 shooters on guard day and on shooter day for Penglion. You get higher results on shooter day itself, or for Groundhog, and it'll allow you to skyrocket above those that split the differential. T8 guards will be fine, or you're gonna have T8 guards for like 2 weeks after you get T10 shooters, and it's gonna take about 2 weeks to convert, unless you're like a huge crazy spender and have 1,000,000 diamonds. It's gonna take you about 2 weeks to convert enough over to have enough in a March to worry about that, and it takes 2 weeks to get T9 guards anyways. So like the idea of splitting to have T9 guards is not worth it. Just run T8 guards, T9 shooters, and then eventually T9 or T10 shooters, T8 guards, and then 2 weeks later T9 guards, T10 shooters. Driver, I invest into them. I invest into only this one because I only care about PvE really, and I only invest into them when I don't have a special ant to enhance, right? Like if we look over here, you know, my special ants are waiting on a skill 6. Over here, this is orange eggs that I don't have, or orange shells, right? So now that I have, like, now that I am where I am, I just got blood giant, so that's what it's level 1 and everything, right? Not built at all. But now that I am where I am, I will start investing into that again. Well, not, I lied, because I just 5-starred Reap Master on this account. So I'll upgrade these and then I'll go back to it. The stats are so minimal here, right? And it's squad, so only that one attack plus 14.5%. Not worth it at all. But if you have nothing else you're doing with your spores, you know, you can do the blue special ant trick to get to 9th chest, or get, you know, halfway to 8th chest, whatever you're comfortable with, and then do the mutation upgrade to get the rest of the way at the end of the special ant day. That's how I do it, Trevor. Hopefully that makes sense. You can see the rest of these are like level 1. I accidentally leveled up this just to get some stats for my Discord. Or I didn't accidentally, but I leveled up that only to get some stats for my Discord. That's how I would invest, Trevor. Yeah, no problem. No, skill damage is better than skill attack. Skill damage, skill damage is multiplicative to attack, where, yeah, skill damage is multiplicative to attack. Wise Berserker for what? Left, right, black, and blue. Wise Berserker would be a solid middle line for you, yes. And drop some arched. Wise Berserker has... Excuse me. Wise Berserker has this. So if you have like Nimble Treant with it, its skill 2 can proc a lot, which is why like Wise Berserker, Nimble Treant, and Lathy Sniffer and with Godzilla can go really insane with good RNG. I'm not in love with JJ for PvP, if I'm honest, but I mean, with where your account's at, with what you have, yeah. Nimble's good with the right support, or with like the right DPS ants, otherwise it's not great. I'm not in love with Nimble unless you have Wise Berserker, just like I'm not in love with Gravedigger unless you have Golden Crystal, right? That seems right. Left, right, black, and white. Especially if you're trying to do DPS. Okay. Any idea? Fighting Enthusiasm. After our special ant releases an active skill, the next skill damage dealt next time is plus 2.5%. it wouldn't stack. Taiga, Dusky Lurker is insane. I don't understand why you think it would stack. If skill 2 activates, then skill 5 gets this buff. If skill 5 activates, skill 8 gets this buff. If skill 8 activates, it holds over to the next round. Yeah, Predator's not good. I'd 5-star Crimson Fragger. It'll also help you on Pangleon and Groundhog. I'd be down to 5-star Crimson Fragger. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I have on this account. Yeah, even on Naya, I have 5-star Crimson Fragger. 100% down to 5-star Crimson Fragger. People hating on the live stream. Since I've gone live, 20 people have left the Discord. There you go. Twenty is an exaggeration, but a bunch of people have left. Oh. What else do you guys want to talk about? Thomas, it kind of depends on other special ants that you have, but Mimicry Master has been replaced by a lot of other special ants in certain scenarios, especially if you're pay to win. I mean, that seems like a fine lineup. I would be hesitant to 6-star Mimicry Master then. That's a high investment. And it takes a lot to unstar, and you're losing a lot of spores. I'd be very hesitant to 6-star Mimicry Master. I'd rather hold on to it. Yeah, Driver, I know a few. Driver, you gotta remember that I have Patreons and I trade information for assistance with accounts with high level players. Follow, watch my Lost Island series. I believe it's in a series. There's like 5 do's and don'ts for Lost Island. I think that's the best one. I plan on putting out a updated guide for Lost Island tomorrow or Sunday. That should help as well. I would not 6-star GT. Like, unless you plan on 8-starring GT one day, I would not 6-star. 10% health isn't worth that many exotics. Yeah, no problem, Hollow. There you go, left, right, black, and white. That's why I started. My wife was playing it so much that I was like, I want to play, I want to play. So, you know, welcome to the club. What else you guys got? Anything else? Sure, I can do that. Left, left, right, black and white. No problemo. You're good, Jamal. Welcome back. Yeah, it's gathering for me too. If you want to send screenshots left, right, black and white, I can help you in private. Yeah, of course, Bander. Jamal, unfortunately, I think you're catching me just as I'm about to end stream. I'm not sure what your goal is or what you need me to answer here. I think we talked through them already, but if you want to DM me your questions, I'll answer them off stream. I think I'm gonna end it here. One more time, just gonna brag real quick. I got my golden crystal star, so I get to star up my golden crystal. Very excited, very excited. Okay. Other than that, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out and being with me. I appreciate it so much. I got a new Patreon today too. Thank you. Blows my mind. I don't have a Patreon page right now because I need to update it. If that's something you're into, Patreon links in the description. Otherwise, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps insane if you guys like my video. It really, really, truly does. So please consider liking this video. Otherwise, you guys, you know how we do it when we do it over here. You can catch me in the YouTube comments. I do try to respond. I get one push notification per time. So sometimes, like when I'm sleeping, I don't get very many. Otherwise, Discord, I'm there all the time. I'm trying to be as active as possible. Or worst case scenario, you can catch me on server 260. Until next time, y'all, stay humble, stay happy, stay hungry. Bye, y'all.